Well, welcome back to Envoy Medicals, a channel helping people regain hearing health, independence, and a sense of adventure with one-of-a-kind, fully implantable devices trading on the Nasdaq under COCH. We're always privileged to be joined by Brent Lucas, the CEO, to talk about some of the recent updates, the pivotal trial, and what's been going on. But first and foremost, welcome.
Thank you. It's good to see you again.
Always good to get you back on. So let's just talk about where we're at here as Envoy Medical reaches this critical milestone in its pivotal clinical trial of the fully implantable Acclaim, the cochlear implant. Maybe tell us what's going on here.
Yeah, so we've had a great couple of months here, and the last couple of weeks have been great. So we are now fully enrolled in our trial, which is a great thing. Last patient in is a huge milestone for any company going through an FDA trial. And we are also now activated. All of our patients are activated. So what that means is for cochlear implants, after you do an implant, you then activate them about 4 weeks later. At least that's what we're doing in our trial. So now all patients, all 56 patients, are through their enrollment and then also through their activation. So this is a great sign that we're on our timeline that we told investors we would be on, and we continue to execute on our timeline, which is, as an investor myself, I'm very excited that we're moving in the right direction.
So, how's the breakthrough device designation specifically streamlined your interactions with the FDA during this pivotal trial? And do you expect it to kind of accelerate the review clock once the PMA is submitted?
Yeah, the breakthrough device designation is a great program that we got breakthrough device in 2019. And what that allows us to do is sort of get to the top of the pile, if you will, when we asking for reviews. So it streamlines our interactions with the FDA, but also gives us that ability, if there's multiple applications going in at the same time, to be sort of at that top of the pile. One of the very nice things that's recently come along too is there's a discussion within the Trump administration and Congress right now about what they call the rapid program, which is going to be a combination of CMS and FDA working together to have breakthrough devices hopefully approved right away for both. Once they get through the approval process with FDA, then they also get reimbursement. So the fact that we have the breakthrough device designation really sets us up for success to take advantage of any of those programs as they come to light.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you also announced that you highlighted the first clinical data presentations from this pivotal clinical study. What can you tell us about that?
Right. So the first data release from our study just came out this past weekend. We were at two presentations that were done by our primary investigators. One was at AAA, which is an audiology conference last Friday, and then the other one was done by Dr. McCracken at COSM, which is a ENT or an otolaryngology conference. And at those presentations, the data is on track to where we want to be. So by that, I mean, this was data, by the way, presented for the first 10 patients just through 6 months. So if you've been following Envoy, you know that we had a staged trial, and the first stage was 10 patients. And so this data release is on those first 10 patients through 6 months, and very promising results, interim, preliminary, but we're on the right track. And again, I think that's what investors need to take away from our story, is that we continue to be on the right path for a happy ending here with this company as we proceed. So the data was very exciting for me to start to see people talk about it, start to realize that this is a real product that is very likely has a chance for commercialization, has a chance for regulatory approval. So follow this story because it is one that is moving in the right direction.
On that note, we'll pass it off to the viewers. We'd love to know what you think, but subscribe as news and catalysts come down the wire like this. Of course, we'll update you here. And if you want to explore further, of course, we'll leave the links in the description. But on that, we look forward to catching you in the next one.